Hey, this is Billy from Perma Pastures Farm. Today I'm really excited because something is going to be done that absolutely reminds me of the most pleasant times of my childhood. All right, folks. Remember when you were a kid, if you're about my age, you remember that when you would go on a field trip, you couldn't sleep the night before. And I was one of those kids. We didn't go anywhere. We didn't have any money. We were living quite simply, let's say. And whenever those things happened, it was always a big deal for me as a kid. So the earliest field trip I remember was when I was a little boy, I think in third grade. They took us to an apple orchard. And I remember the wood, I remember the smells, I remember everything. Fall is a magical, magical time for me. So what I'm holding in my hand is a half bushel of apples. And these just happen to be stamen. And then in this hand, we got the other half bushel of apples. And these are wine sap. What's cool about it today is Michelle and her mom are going to be making apple butter. And to me, that is just, whenever I smell it, whenever I taste it, everything about it reminds me of the happiest times of my childhood. So I'm really looking forward to it. And today they're going to give you a step-by-step on how to get that done. And in full disclosure, they haven't done this type of apple butter before. So I'm looking forward to it. All right, so this part is so simple. It's just slice your apples. Don't worry about taking the skin off or taking the cores out. Throw it all in the pot because you'll get it out later. Now, some of the cores we did keep back to make some apple cider vinegar, but I'm not even sure we're going to make a video on that, but that's what some of these cores are going to be for. For the most part, throw everything in that pot or in a crock pot, and we've done both. Now, in this case, you want to put it on low heat and keep working it until it gets about the consistency of applesauce, perhaps even a little smoother. Now, here's Mom taking all of it, and seeds and all, skin and all, putting it in a food mill. Of course, she's going to grind that thing, or just turn the handle, and it's going to separate everything it's going to separate all the things that you don't necessarily want in your apple butter. Now, the cool part of all this is that this is permaculture, so all the rest of it goes to the chickens or pigs, whichever you prefer. Now, here it is. We throw in the cinnamon. After everything's done, you put it back in a crock pot. Put the cinnamon and the nutmeg in there, and this is honey. This is the deviation we made. Instead of using the sugar, we used honey. Now, as everybody out there knows, vanilla beans are a fortune. So here we are resorting to something far more primitive. As if I already didn't have enough reason to put on weight through this time of year, I now have another one. And this stuff is absolutely deliciousness. Now, like I said, it's something that for me just brings me right back to my childhood. Very, very, very happy memories. So it's kind of cool that we have so much that not only can we not use it all, it's kind of like the honey that we get out of the hives down there. There's so much abundance that it enables us to go right back to that permaculture ethic where we give some of the abundance back to the previous two, meaning the earth and people care. So it's amazing the people care that you can do with something like this. And especially in these times where just everybody needs a little lift of some type. And I'm holding in my hand one of the many ways in which we can do that. There's other things I'm going to do with this stuff too, folks. So stay tuned. I think you're really going to dig what I make out of this apple butter. So we already have a value-added product, meaning that you've taken something in its raw form, done some things to it, and then you increase the value of it. Now I'm going to take this value-added product and turn it into something that's even more value-added. So stick around for that. So until next time, this is Billy, the Permaculture Pimp Daddy, where PIMP stands for permaculture is my passion, because it really, really is. And also be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can know when we have new videos out. We'll see you next time.